Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or if it's your first time you're catching this video, thanks so much for checking it out, stopping by. Let's see, first off, I tried recording this video probably 4 or 5 days ago now, and I recorded the whole thing. It was about 15 minutes long, and my computer didn't save any of it. Apparently I don't have enough storage space on my computer, so that's going to be my number one thing I'm going to try to upgrade. Look for deals on Black Friday. So until then, I'm going to keep recording on my phone. I wanted to include some like gameplay I've been saving just to throw in here, just to like, first of all, practice editing videos and putting stuff together, but just for something you guys to look at besides this face the whole time. But yeah, so you're stuck with this for a while, so am I. What I want to do today is a little different, and I guess you'll see the title. I just want to kind of have a discussion. I guess to get to know me a little bit better, my history with gaming, and for anyone that's interested in the channel or just wants something to listen to, which is why I kind of want to make this. One of my favorite types of videos right now to watch or listen to on YouTube is, people that I've watched their channels for a while, most of them, but it's just kind of like, there's just thoughts or discussions on different topics, specific games or just broader topics. I just find it, first of all, like interesting, but also relaxing, and it's great for me. I can put YouTube on in the background while I'm, moving around the house, getting chores done, just doing whatever. So I really like these kinds of videos, more so now lately than before. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. This little creature right here is trying to get up on the computer desk and mess up my keyboard. So I might have to deal with her a few times. Sorry, guys. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. I still watch every video, but I just find myself more looking for just like somebody discussing something that I can just listen to for a while. Not necessarily have to like watch the whole thing, just because my time is busy like everybody else's. So that's what we're going to do today. I thought as a first one of these, or something I would just to try out, would just be kind of my history, how I got back into video gaming as an adult. I know you're looking at me, you're probably like, what do you mean adult? You look like you're like no older than 23, 22 probably. I'm a couple of months away from 40, which is, I guess if you look at the gray, not so hard to believe. So yeah, I'm getting up there. I don't feel 40 at all. I certainly, maturity-wise, don't think I'm 40. But that's the reality of it. So, being the age I am, I grew up in like the golden age of video gaming. I remember getting the first original Nintendo, and not even really knowing what it was. My parents got it for me. I'm like, what's this? I was like 6 years old or something like that, maybe 7. But I have very fond memories of that. After my younger brother would go to sleep, I would play the original Mario Brothers. My parents would sit on the couch and watch me. They didn't know what was going on. But I remember I was so proud when I beat World 1-1, and I got to the end, and all of a sudden there's another level. I was blown away. I'm like, what? Now you're down in you fall down, you're in the dungeon, or the dark area. It was wild. But, growing up with that, and then Super Nintendo, my neighbors had, some of them had a Genesis, so we went everywhere to play whatever we had to play. It was great. And then, 64 came out when I was in high school, and the birth of multiplayer games was huge at that point. But then, as you get older, anyone that's watching this that's in my age realm will probably understand, things change whether you want it to or not. So for me, this is the time, shortly after college was when I could finally get like a real computer, like a computer that could play video games. And I found World of Warcraft. And I think it's a game I had been looking for like my whole life. Like, you spend all this time and energy on a character, and it's not just to beat a game and then you're done with it. All the time and energy you put in, like, to build it up, get new armor, new dungeons, you team up with a bunch of people and strategize how to beat these bosses. It was just, and with the fantasy setting, exactly what I wanted. I spent hours and hundreds of hours and hours on that until I met my wife. I started dating her, And then she came over to my place one day and was like, well, I need to talk. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, should I pause my video game? She's like, yes. And that's when she told me she was pregnant with our son, who if you watch the channel, he's in a lot of the videos. He's 13 now. So we've got a teenager in the house. So, while she was still pregnant, I was able to play video game stuff. But very quickly after he was born, I realized video games were not a priority anymore, nor did I have time to sink into that. And then we ended up having twins a couple years later, and that's a totally different conversation, but a lot of work. So, video games at that point in my life, not consciously, but just like they just took a different. They were put on the back shelf basically. I just didn't have the time or energy or any of that to put into that part of my life. At that point, I had real responsibility for the first time. So, without really thinking about it, just kind of like got moved to the side. Like, obviously, I still played a game once in a while with some friends, or we went to a party, did like Wii bowling or whatever, but I wasn't like the hardcore gamer that I was before. I would say, with the exception of when my kids got a few years older, I did play. The only game I really bought every year was Call of Duty, which at the time was great. This was before season passes or DLCs. You just bought a game for $60 and you had it for an entire year until the new one came out, which was a fantastic time in video gaming before all this crap that we have to deal with today. But what was nice about those games is that, I could still, my friends were having kids too, so we didn't get together as much, but we could still jump online and hang out for, half an hour to an hour once or twice a week. At least that way we could be like, oh, what's going on? And just play some matches and have fun. That was also when I was good at Call of Duty. Screw you, Warzone. So that was nice. It wasn't even that I was like paying attention to the whole video game world at large. It was just like we knew when, as the year was up, we were buying a new Call of Duty. But I didn't buy other games. I didn't own a Nintendo for quite a while at that point, or like a new one. I still had all my old systems, but I just didn't invest in like single player games or invest, time or energy into the video game world at large. That was until a couple years ago now, 2018. That was the year that I got kind of reawoken to the video game world. So what had happened was, for Christmas, my wife always wants me to write a list of things that I want. So, I put down, I don't even know, socks, I don't know, whatever else her family could buy me. So I made this whole list. Nobody got anything off the list. For whatever reason of the year, every single person either got me a Target gift card or an Amazon Prime gift card. And at the time, the Switch had just been out for a short time, and I kind of knew about that and kept hearing about, what it's capable of, like how much it was like. There just seemed to be a lot more hype around that than especially the Wii U for sure. So I had a ton of gift cards. So I was thinking about it. I told my wife, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to use all these gift cards to buy a Switch. I don't have to spend any of my own money. I had enough Target gift cards actually to buy a Switch, a game, and a carrying case for my Switch. I could buy all that with just gift cards. So that was phenomenal. And I had enough Amazon gift cards to like pick up another game and a few bucks left over. So I walked into Target at the time and just grabbed a Switch, which I know you can do now, but it's crazy to think for the last couple of years that was like not even a real possibility. So I grabbed the Switch, and I had two games I got one from Target, one from Amazon. I got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, of course. Who doesn't own that game if they own a Switch? And it's fun. It's a great game. It's Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. It's a super blast to play with my kids, so I always have fun with that. But the other game I bought I think is what really made me start to think about what I had been missing for the last almost decade of video games. I bought Breath of the Wild. And someday, when I am technically capable of doing a video worthwhile, I will do a full discussion, discussion video of Breath of the Wild. I want to, do clips of things. But that game just blew me away. And that's probably sounds cliche. Who hasn't seen a million videos on YouTube now about how great Breath of the Wild is? But man, I had never experienced anything like that before. And I spent, I don't even know how many hours are logged into that game. Well over 150, which isn't even that much compared to some people, but it was a game that I found myself putting in just to go exploring, not even trying to progress any further in the game. I didn't even have that goal sometimes of turning it on. I just wanted to explore the world. They did something magic with that game. So that was really, really what brought me, not just buying the Switch, but like really made me want to start looking at other games and seeing what people were doing at that time. Even my son, who, that when I was playing was, 8, 9 years old, would just sit there and watch me for that long because he was enthralled by it as well. So it really it made me start to think, I'm like, this is just one game, what else is out there? And that really fueled my passion to start playing more games. So what made me get into the whole YouTube and the collecting part, even more so than that, was when I started playing Breath of the Wild. If you're not familiar with the game, there's like mini puzzles throughout the whole game called shrines. Some of them are fairly easy. Some of them were difficult enough that if you're a stupid person like me, I had to look up, how to solve some of them. So I just went to YouTube for it. And that was when I discovered that there was like a whole world of video gamers doing YouTube. I did not realize how big it was. And I didn't even know that existed. I think the very first person that YouTube started recommending to me after looking up Zelda videos, for whatever reason, was RGT85. And I don't even think it was a Zelda video, but his face popped up, and he's a very charismatic guy. So I started watching some of his videos, talking about, different various aspects of video games. And through that, it started recommending to me more and more people. And I'm like, this is so cool that there's like a whole culture around this now. Like when I was little, it was me and like the couple, guys in my neighborhood that would just talk about video games, and at the playground at school. But like I didn't know that this kind of large community and world around not just the video game themselves, but the world around it existed. And I just thought that was amazing, and that drew me in even more. Like I started hearing about games that I would have never heard about otherwise. Games that are good and bad, but that it's really cool to hear about and see people's takes and opinions. I think that's an amazing thing. It also led me to kind of like, I guess you would call it a group of sorts on YouTube. A bunch of people that I talk to all the time now, and we have a great time discussing video games. If you check out Leo's channel, The Funny Nerd, or a whole group of people through him, SNES Mapper, Devil May Pie, man, there's so many guys. I'm gonna not even be able to think of them all right now, but it's a great group of guys that it's just so much fun to like talk about video games as an adult, to find people with that passion, because I don't get to do that a lot in my day-to-day life. So it's just an amazing experience. Not only is it kind of like, affirmation for myself that yes, you can spend some time as an adult to play video games still, and you can have that kind of camaraderie with other people. It's been great. So the last couple of years have been awesome. I've wanted to start a YouTube for a while. We've been doing it, started the channel it's just been about a year now. I think November will be a year, so we're just at a year. I already have over 100 subscribers, which is amazing. I didn't even think we would get 100 people to ever watch a video, but to do what we're doing, have so much fun with something that's it's video games, man. It's fun, but to be able to share that with people and go from there. It's been an awesome experience. I can't wait to see, what games are to come with this channel, what we can do with the channel, and just have fun with it. Hopefully we get better and better at filming, editing, loosen up more, become more of ourselves, because we're both very goofy guys. We'll just have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, it's been great. I do want to give a shout out to one of the guys, YouTubers that's in the group who has a channel. His channel is called Return to Mother Base. His videos are very well-spoken, much better than this video. But I've been catching up on his videos for the last year, very recently. Great videos to listen to, discussions that he's had about video games. So if you are interested at all in anything even more video game related than this, because this is, I guess, more about me, check out his channel, check out the Funny Nerd or those other guys. A great, smaller group of community of YouTube video gamers. We have a really good time. We're working more on doing podcasts. We did one, which was a super blast. We want to do a lot more of that. So yeah, that's really it. Just thought I'd put that together. Anybody who wants something to listen to for a few minutes. I hope I didn't leave anything out that I wanted to say, but I didn't really write any of this down, except for, the one take that I did that, of course, didn't get recorded. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, if you watched this whole ramble, and we'll see you guys again soon. All right, later.